everyone, welcome to the next video from this page of cute little snails. This is from Rita Berman's Lande book. I'm using Staedtler Design Journey. I keep forgetting to tell you what pencils I'm using. I'm sorry about that. We're going to do this one next. This one's a bit more complicated, I think. This one's got lots of little bits, but it's only one snail, so we're going to do this one next, and then we'll finish with that one for the next video. So let's come in a little bit closer so we can see. Right, let's have a think about colours now. We've done a red, orange, brown. We've done a pink and purple. And we've done a blue. So what should we do? Well, we could do one that's got more greens, I'm thinking. I don't know what that leaves us for the last one, but let's not worry about that. Let's think about greens. So if we're doing greens, we do need to do the snail. And there is a brownie green. I actually used it for a leaf for the first snail. I'm wondering whether it'll work. I'm going to try it. Why ever not? Because all our snails are grey though. No, I'm going to do a grey snail. I've changed my mind. I've talked myself out of my idea. Number 85. This is our warm grey. It's quite browny colour. I think it'll work. So I think that bit is our snail. Let's start with the eyes. I'm trying to layer it up a fair bit for the eyes and then do a little less as we come down really. So the whole of the stalk as well and on the edges, but I want it to be a little lighter in the middle. That's how I've done all of them really. I'm not sure about, I think I'm just going to colour it all the same and then worry about all these little detaily bits after. So I hope everyone's good today. I've just been sent some nice downloads actually, which is going to upset my order of release a video actually, because I want to put those out a little bit earlier. So it's always the case when I try and get ahead, I then get something that I have to sort of prioritise, but that's okay. I can move my scheduled videos around very easily on YouTube. Some of the little ones that I've done, I did quite a short one for one afternoon and I could just pop that anywhere really. So at the moment the eye stalks are slightly darker, but the rest is all the same. I'm just going to work on this bottom part here and just make this a little darker. I'm just going to try and sort of fade it towards the middle and do the same from this side. There's some very noisy sort of drilling or something going on. Perhaps my neighbours are getting their revenge because my electricians were here at 9 o'clock making a heck of a noise. But anyway, it's quite a funny sounding noise. I just noticed a little heart. I think that's a heart-shaped window. That's what I'm going to treat it as anyway. So I'm just doing these circular parts and then I shall have a look. I think I want her. I think her. A little darker under here. Why her? No idea. Gosh, I don't know what that noise is. Maybe it's a hedge trimmer or something. I don't know. I think that'll do. The browny green that I put away. I'm wondering whether to do that for these stones. I think I will. We'll try it and see what happens. It's number 19, dark ochre. I was just thinking in my head, what's going to happen? What could happen? The book might explode. We'll see what happens. What's going to happen? Sorry, funny mood. I've been watching football. It sent me a bit doolally. It was, yeah, our ladies were playing China. Gosh, this will really date this video. It's the 1st of August. I'm getting ahead ready for my holiday. Anyway, our ladies were winning. It was 4-0, but they disallowed a goal. But actually, we thought the third goal was a bit dodgy. Not the goal itself, but the fact that it was a free kick was awarded, and we didn't think it should have been. But you know, what do we know? I've never played football in my life. I've kicked a ball around, but never played proper football. My boys, well, they probably have played football, but I'm still not convinced they know the rules that well. Where should we go from here? What colour shell? Well, I'm doing greens, I realise that, but do we do the mid greens, the bluey greens, or the, olive greens? I'm going to go with the olives because I like them. So this is 55, this is green earth, and I'm going to use this for the whole of the shell. For the other shells, we've actually done them lighter with darker details. So this will be the opposite. So I think that will make it a bit different. So that's okay. I'm going to try and just put down a fairly light layer, and then I can fiddle around in a minute with where I want it to be lighter and darker. I find if I just figure out where this green's going to be going to start with, and then I can fiddle around with it to my heart's content. There is that. This, of course, as well. This little plant pot, look on that windowsill. It's very sweet. I noticed one of my plants looked like it was dying, my bathroom plant, and so I watered it a lot. Well, I took some water up, a jug of water upstairs for it, and then I realised what had happened. It's actually dry, the soil, but in the bottom of the pot there's loads of water, so it's sitting in water, but the soil's dry. I don't know if the pot doesn't reach the bottom of the outside pot, if you know what I mean, or what was going on. So I tipped out all the old stagnant water, which smelled ugh, and I watered it, but it's still not looking particularly healthy. So I'm going to give it a little bit of water. I think it just needs like an egg cup full each week or something. It's a peace lily. But it's always hard to tell because it feels like it's warm in the house, and so I feel like they need extra water, but maybe they don't, because it's probably always fairly warm in the house, to be honest. I'm just trying to make it a bit darker on the edges, and I'm thinking maybe under here there might be a bit of a shadow. So imagine carrying that on your back. It'd be quite heavy. Not as heavy as the one in the picture on the right hand side. If you're colouring along, you'll be able to see it. But I was looking actually at the background on the one on the right. I really like that colour. I might do something similar on this one, or I might not do a background. I haven't quite decided yet. If I do one, I'll probably try and match it, but what if I get it a bit wrong? It might look a bit odd. Actually, that background is done with pencil, and I will be doing this background with pastel if I do one, so I'm not going to be able to match it exactly. We'll see what happens. I'll have a think at the end, because I might find that there isn't really a colour that they all match anyway, but I don't know. I'm just making sure it's sort of tidy-ish. I'm going to do in there. I never quite know what to do with these. So what I do is it's like a frame around the door, like that. I think that will work. Okay, so let's move to a more greeny colour. So this is the 57, which is the olive green. Excuse me. I think we'll do this bit in this colour. And it's sort of feeling a bit unnatural because I feel like I should have my lightest colour as the shell, and this shouldn't be lighter. But it was my decision to do it this way, just to make it a bit different. So there are those. And we'll do the bit around the door, I think. Just trying to turn the pencil to find a sharp end. I've been asked Why do you turn the pencil? It's like, well, when it starts to blunt, if you turn it slightly, you can sometimes find a sharper bit of lead, which goes down a little bit more intensely and more easily. I can do the cheeks. You look funny, Mr. Snail. Okay, number 56, which is the light olive, and I'm going to do the roofs. Actually, it's only one roof. The roof and the window frame. It feels really unnatural doing it this way, doing the lighter colours last, and as the, you know, trying to make it a bit darker at the end here and here. And the window frame and the sill. And this front bit would be a little bit darker than the sill. I think the sill would catch the light not only from possibly from above but also from inside the window. We need to do the door as well. I like that little heart, such a good idea. Yeah, this door looks like it might be open as well, so we'll do some light coming through there. I think the door handle and the bottom of the door, we can go back to that 57, that light, olive green, and just pop that in. No, not that. Ooh, I did it wrong. Oh dear. Oh, I'm sorry if you went wrong. Oh, there we go. Where else are we? Yeah, I think we're done with that now. Let's do inside the windows, the yellow shade. Now the lemon is quite a greeny tone, so I think that might make sense to use. It's number 12. Oh, there we go, number 12. So I'll put that. I think it just works. It looks very similar to this light green, really, doesn't it? Right. Now we need to think about curtain, plant, pot plant, and then our other flowers. Shall we do yellow flowers with the green? I think that might work nicely. So if we're doing that, we could pop a bit of yellow in. Let's think about what colour leaves we're going to do. I think we'll do the leaves first in 57. I know I haven't finished this. I'm going to ponder that for a bit. So I'm going to do the base of these leaves in 57 and then fade it down, and we'll get our 56. So this is the light, this is the olive green, and we'll put the light olive on the tips. I think I'll do it for all of the leaves. And that, sort of tie it all together, because we have used these greens already on here and here, but it's quite far away from these leaves, so I think it'll work if we use them again. But I just couldn't quite cope with the idea of doing green flowers as well, so we won't be doing that. You could do, if you want to stick to all green. It messes with my head a bit. Yeah, I'm just blocking this in a little bit. Here I'll try and make it a bit lighter in the middle. There we go. And then I will grab, whoops, the wrong colour. The 56. and do the tips. And I think it's a bit of a warmer green, it just brightens it a little bit, which I like. And hopefully it will sort of tie it in as well. As I say, yellow flowers, the whole idea frightens me. Yellow is not a colour that's my friend, but I shall have a go. I'm not sure how dark to go, whether we just, I think we'll make number 1, the yellow, the darkest. We do have the sand as well, but I think that's a little bit too orangey to go with these colours, so we're using 1 yellow. This is our sort of darkest colour, so I'm going to use it in the centre here. And for these seeds. Here I use it for most of this bud. I always find that buds are darker than the main flowers. And here I just use it in the middle. And for these, like that. Here I use it at the end. And again for the seeds. For this one I'm wondering whether to use it a little bit on these. She says I'm wondering, and she just does it. There we go. And so now I'm not going to use the lemon yellow that we used for the windows. I think I might use the light yellow. That's number 10. So I'm going to use that instead and just extend the colour out to the tips. I think it's more of a delicate palette. It's nice. I'm basically just filling in the gaps really where I haven't coloured. And I think the more gentler colours are rather sweet. Now I'm now thinking about our curtain, and I'm thinking I might make it this very light yellow. Just really delicate. The plant, I'm going to do it. Now earth green, which is this number 55, is the colour that we've done the shell. So you would think that it won't show up, but what I'm going to do is actually do it, layer it up a lot, and then it will look like a much darker green, even though it's the same one. And I think that's going to work. And then the pot. Yes, let's do the pot in this yellow. I'm thinking the number 1, the yellow. And again, I'm going to saturate it. So by that, just layer and layer and layer till it gets quite dark. That's it. Don't press really hard when you do that. I'm going back to my light yellow number 10 because I'm not happy with those. I'm just going to put a bit more in. Yes, when you are layering, don't push down really hard. You'll just make a hole in the paper. I have done it. Not completely through, but I've gone over a bit with so many layers that the top surface is ripped off, and you just can't then colour on anything. You just get a white bit, and it's really not much fun. Okay, I'm just having a little look at our snail. I think it's done. I think that one's done. So we've just got one more picture, but 3 snails to do after this one. But that is today's. So thank you so much for watching. Not very central, are you, snail? There you are. There we go. Yes, so thank you for watching. I hope you have a really super day and happy colouring.